Did you know that one small, everyday habit like squeezing a bit of lemon into your morning drink might be silently sabotaging your health after 60? What if I told you that the very thing we think is cleansing could be causing hidden trouble when mixed with the wrong foods? And here's the real twist: this health hazard could be sitting right on your kitchen counter, next to your favorite fruit bowl. Hi, I'm Dr. Nana, and today on Senior Health Boost, we're unpacking the truth about lemons, yes, lemons, and how combining them with certain common foods might be quietly triggering digestive discomfort, kidney problems, or even blood sugar swings in older adults. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not here to demonize lemons. In fact, lemons can be a fantastic health booster when used correctly. But when they're mixed with the wrong foods, especially after 60, they can cause issues no one really talks about. Bloating, fatigue, or worse, a trip to the ER. It sounds dramatic, but it happens more often than you'd think. That's why in today's video, I'm going to show you the top foods you should never combine with lemon, and I'll also give you some safe, powerful combinations that actually support digestion, immunity, and joint health. This isn't about fear. This is about clarity, so you can make small changes that lead to big health results. So, if you love starting your day with lemon water, or squeezing lemon over your meals, you might want to stick around. You could be one tweak away from better energy and less stomach drama. And hey, before we dive in, let's do a quick gut check. If you've ever mixed lemon with dairy or wondered about the right way to use lemon, drop a 1 in the comments. If this idea is totally new to you, hit O. And don't forget to subscribe to Senior Health Boost. This is where practical health advice meets real science for those of us navigating life after 60. Alright, let's kick it off with the first mistake: combining lemon with milk, and not just milk, but all dairy, including cheese, yogurt, and that creamy splash you love in your morning coffee. Most of us grew up thinking dairy was a good thing. It's comforting, it's loaded with calcium, and it's supposed to help with bone strength, right? But here's what you may not know: mixing lemon and dairy can set off a chemical chain reaction that spells digestive trouble, especially as we age. Lemon juice is high in citric acid. When that acid meets dairy, say milk or yogurt, it causes the proteins to curdle. Basically, it separates into chunks and liquid, like what you'd see when making cheese. That's fine in the kitchen, but not so great inside your stomach. If you're in your 30s with strong digestion, your body might handle that. But after 60, your stomach naturally produces less acid and fewer enzymes, making digestion slower and more sensitive. So when someone in their 60s or 70s has lemon yogurt or a trendy lemon milkshake, thinking it's healthy or refreshing, their digestive system might struggle. Instead of absorbing nutrients smoothly, they end up with gas, bloating, or even diarrhea, and they're left wondering why. This isn't just anecdotal, it's science. A study in food chemistry showed how citric acid alters dairy protein structure, making it harder for the body to digest. Another study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults face higher risks of calcium malabsorption when acidic foods are introduced in the wrong combinations. And then there are real stories. Take Joyce, my neighbor in her 70s, a sweet lady who swore by her nighttime detox ritual: warm milk with lemon. But every morning, she woke up queasy, bloated, and uncomfortable. The moment she replaced the lemon with a soothing chamomile tea, the discomfort disappeared. It wasn't a miracle. It was simply smarter food pairing. So what's the takeaway? Avoid adding lemon juice to milk, yogurt, or cheesy dishes. Skip that creamy lemon pasta unless it's been cooked in a way that balances out the acid. And if you're drinking lemon water, wait at least an hour after having dairy to give your stomach time to adjust. Now that we've tackled dairy, let's move on to the second surprising food that clashes with lemon. This one might be sitting in your pantry right now. So, now that we've uncovered how lemon and dairy can quietly stir up digestive distress, let's turn our attention to something that might seem innocent, maybe even comforting, but could be setting your body up for another kind of internal imbalance. This time, we're talking about sugar. And not just any sugar, refined sugar. Think about that morning muffin, a slice of birthday cake, or the simple teaspoon of sugar you stir into your tea or coffee. These little treats seem harmless enough. They're part of everyday life. But when you pair them with lemon, especially if you're over 60 or managing your blood sugar, the effects can be sneakier and more serious than you might expect. Lemon juice, as refreshing and zesty as it is, contains citric acid. Now here's where things get interesting. Citric acid has been shown to slow down how the body processes glucose. That's right, this acid doesn't just tingle your taste buds, it influences what's happening at the cellular level. So picture this. You enjoy a sweet treat, like a scone or some jam on toast, with a glass of lemon water. Naturally, your blood sugar rises as the body starts breaking down the sugars. Under normal conditions, your pancreas jumps into action, releasing insulin to help your cells absorb that sugar and turn it into energy. But when you introduce citric acid into the equation, say, from that lemon, it can interfere with insulin's ability to do its job efficiently. This slows the absorption process, allowing glucose to hang around in your bloodstream longer than it should. What does that mean for you? It could mean sudden spikes in your blood sugar followed by sharp crashes. One minute you feel okay, the next you're shaky, fatigued, or craving more sugar to balance out. And if you're one of the millions of Americans over 60 dealing with pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes, this kind of blood sugar instability isn't just uncomfortable, it's dangerous. In fact, according to the CDC, nearly 1 in 4 adults over age 65 in the United States is living with diabetes. Even more are insulin resistant without knowing it. That means their bodies are already having a harder time responding to sugar. Mixing in citric acid from lemons can make things worse. A study from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that acidic foods, particularly those rich in citric acid, can reduce insulin sensitivity by up to 20% when consumed with refined carbs. 20%. That's enough to push someone from feeling energized to feeling groggy, moody, or faint, not to mention the long-term effects on metabolic health. Let me share a real example. A good friend of mine, Frank, used to make homemade lemonade every afternoon. It was his little ritual: fresh squeezed lemons, ice-cold water, and 2 spoonfuls of white sugar. He loved it. But over time, he started feeling exhausted after lunch. His energy would crash, and he couldn't figure out why. Eventually, during a routine checkup, his doctor flagged his glucose levels. They were all over the place, inconsistent from day to day. When we took a closer look at his habits, that innocent lemonade was the common thread. Once Frank swapped it out for unsweetened lemon water and had his sweet treat as a separate snack later in the day, his energy and focus started to come back. No crash, no fog, no blood sugar roller coaster. The smallest changes can make the biggest difference. So here's what I recommend. If you love lemon, that's great. Keep it in your routine, but pair it wisely. Instead of refined sugar, think white sugar, syrups, hard candies, pastries. Choose naturally sweet foods like berries, apples, or a slice of pear. They come with fiber and nutrients that support balanced blood sugar levels. And timing matters too. If you're going to have a dessert, give your body a bit of time before sipping that lemon water. Let your system handle one task at a time. Now, let's shift to another surprising interaction. This one involves foods that are actually considered healthy, maybe even superfoods, and yet, when combined with lemon, they could be contributing to something far more painful: kidney stones. Yes, I'm talking about common plant-based foods like spinach, beets, and even peanuts. These foods are celebrated for being rich in antioxidants, fiber, and vitamins that support heart health, brain function, and healthy aging. They're in salads, smoothies, trail mixes, and veggie bowls across the country. But they also happen to be high in something called oxalates. Oxalates are naturally occurring compounds found in many plant foods. On their own, they're not necessarily harmful. But when oxalates combine with acids, specifically citric acid from lemon, they can bind together and form tiny crystals in the body. Crystals that, over time, may develop into kidney stones. And here's the kicker: as we age, our kidneys naturally become less efficient at filtering and flushing out these waste products. What once was a manageable dietary combo at age 40 becomes a potential health hazard after 60. Let me put this in perspective. According to the National Kidney Foundation, adults over 60 are significantly more likely to develop kidney stones than younger adults. Why? Because aging kidneys filter more slowly and less efficiently. The waste builds up. And when oxalates and citric acid meet in the wrong conditions, it creates a perfect storm. You might not feel it right away. The process is silent at first. But over time, you could start to notice symptoms like back pain, nausea, cloudy urine, or an intense sharp pain that won't go away. For many, this leads to a trip to the ER and an unforgettable encounter with the pain of passing a kidney stone. What's even more surprising is how often this scenario involves foods that are healthy in isolation. Spinach salad with lemon vinaigrette, roasted beets with a citrus glaze, a smoothie with peanut butter, lemon juice, and kale. Sound familiar? These meals might seem like the epitome of clean eating, but for someone over 60, they may need a second look. Does that mean you should cut these foods out entirely? Not at all. The key is spacing and pairing. If you're going to eat foods high in oxalates, try not to combine them directly with lemon juice or citrus-based dressings. Instead, pair them with calcium-rich ingredients like almond milk, tofu, or dairy substitutes that help bind oxalates in a safer way. Another practical tip: hydration is your ally. Drinking plenty of water helps your kidneys flush out oxalates before they have a chance to crystallize. It's especially important on days when you've eaten spinach, beet greens, or peanut butter. And if you've had kidney stones before, you may want to ask your doctor about oxalate sensitivity. Some people are genetically predisposed, and being aware of the triggers can help prevent recurrence. This brings me to a quick recap. We've now looked at 3 unexpected food interactions with lemon that are especially important for older adults to understand. First, we explored how lemon and dairy can curdle in your gut and lead to sluggish digestion. Then we saw how lemon and refined sugar can throw off your blood sugar balance, increasing risk for insulin resistance. And just now, we uncovered how lemon and oxalate-rich foods can combine in the body to form kidney stones, painful and preventable. Each of these combinations seems small, even healthy on the surface, but it's the interaction that matters. And when we understand the chemistry behind these pairings, we can make smarter, safer choices that protect our digestion, kidneys, and blood sugar as we age. So where do we go from here? Well, up next we'll explore a lesser-known but equally important category: spicy foods. Yep, those zesty hot sauces and chili-flavored snacks you might love could be causing more than just heartburn when combined with lemon. Especially if you're over 60, this combo might surprise you. So as we discovered earlier, combining lemon with oxalate-rich foods like spinach and beets might quietly contribute to kidney stone formation, especially as our kidneys age. It's one of those things most people never think twice about until they experience the pain firsthand. A clinical study published in the Journal of the American Society of Nephrology found that diets high in both oxalates and acids significantly increase the formation of calcium oxalate stones in adults over 55. And it really doesn't take much. A fresh spinach salad with lemon vinaigrette, a vibrant beet smoothie with a squeeze of lemon. These sound healthy, and they often are, but consumed frequently, they may lay the groundwork for problems that build silently over time. Let me share a story that really stuck with me. Linda, a kind 68-year-old woman I met through a community wellness group, had a long-standing morning ritual: fresh beet juice with lemon. She swore it helped detox her liver and started every day with it. But twice in a single year, she ended up in the emergency room with stabbing back pain so intense it took her breath away. Doctors eventually traced it back to kidney stones, specifically calcium oxalate stones. What Linda didn't realize was that her well-intentioned juice habit was steadily increasing her oxalate intake, and when paired with the citric acid from lemons, it was creating the perfect storm. With her doctor's help, she modified her morning routine, keeping the lemon but replacing the beets. And you know what? No more stones. So what can we learn from Linda's story? You don't have to eliminate healthy foods like spinach or beets. But if you're over 60 or have a history of kidney stones, it's smart to avoid pairing them with lemon regularly. Enjoy your spinach sautéed with olive oil or tossed with vinegar instead of lemon. Keep the lemon for other meals. And drink plenty of water throughout the day to help your kidneys flush out excess oxalates naturally. And if you've ever had kidney stones or know your kidney function isn't what it used to be, talk to your doctor or a registered dietitian before regularly mixing oxalate-rich foods with citrus. Now, after talking so much about what to avoid, let's shift gears. Because here's the good news: when combined thoughtfully, lemon can be an incredible health ally, especially in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. It's not about fear, it's about wisdom. And that brings us to 3 senior-friendly lemon pairings that support your health in powerful, gentle ways. Let's start with something sweet, but in a good way this time: raw honey. Unlike the processed stuff squeezed into plastic bear bottles, raw honey is packed with natural enzymes, antioxidants, and antibacterial compounds. And when you mix it with warm lemon water, not boiling, just comfortably warm, it becomes a soothing tonic with centuries of tradition behind it. This humble blend supports digestion, calms inflammation, and even strengthens immunity. And best of all, it tastes like comfort in a cup. Why is this combo such a smart choice, especially as we age? Let's begin with digestion. Our stomachs produce less acid as we get older, which makes it harder to break down food and absorb key nutrients. Lemon offers a gentle acidity that helps stimulate the digestive process. Meanwhile, raw honey contains natural enzymes and soothing sugars that help coat the stomach lining, easing discomfort and supporting smoother digestion. Then there's the immune system. A 2018 study published in Frontiers in Pharmacology found that polyphenols in raw honey can enhance immune function and even help fight off harmful bacteria. Add in the vitamin C and antioxidants from lemon, and you've got a natural, delicious immune boost without relying on store-bought pills or powders. But don't just take it from the research, take it from my neighbor Joe. Joe is 72 years old and starts every day with a brisk walk and a warm mug of lemon water with a teaspoon of raw honey. He says it keeps his throat clear, his digestion on track, and even helps calm that seasonal tickle in his throat that used to bother him every fall. He's felt more balanced and energized since making it a morning habit. Here's how you can do the same. Squeeze half a lemon into a mug. Add 1 teaspoon of raw honey local, if you can find it, and fill the mug with warm water, not hot. Stir gently and sip slowly on an empty stomach before breakfast. It's a simple act of self-care that feels almost like a morning ritual. Just remember, if the water's too hot, it can destroy those valuable enzymes in the honey. Now, let's turn up the color and the healing power with the next great partner for lemon, turmeric. You've probably seen turmeric in golden lattes, soups, or sprinkled onto roasted veggies. It's that bold yellow spice known for centuries in traditional medicine. But turmeric's real superpower lies in a compound called curcumin, an anti-inflammatory and antioxidant powerhouse that's especially helpful for joint pain, liver health, and aging-related inflammation. Here's the catch. Curcumin is notoriously hard for the body to absorb. You can take all the turmeric in the world, but without the right conditions, most of it simply passes through your system unused. So how do we unlock turmeric's full potential? That's where lemon and black pepper come in. Lemon's acidity helps activate curcumin, and black pepper contains piperine, a compound that can increase curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. Yes, you heard that right. Just a pinch of black pepper makes a huge difference. So picture this, a warm lemon turmeric drink with a dash of black pepper. It's earthy, citrusy, and nourishing. You can enjoy it as a tea or incorporate it into soups and stews. Either way, it's a powerful, natural way to support your joints, your immune system, and your overall vitality. Thousands of seniors are discovering the benefits of turmeric-laced lemon drinks, and not just in health magazines, but in real life. From easing morning stiffness to feeling more flexible during daily walks, the feedback I hear from my patients and community is overwhelmingly positive. And the best part, it's affordable, simple, and doesn't require any fancy equipment or complicated steps. To try it yourself, boil a cup of water and let it cool slightly. Add the juice of half a lemon, a teaspoon of turmeric, and a small pinch of black pepper. Stir well and drink once a day, preferably after meals. You can add a teaspoon of raw honey if you like, a touch of sweetness. So now you've got 2 amazing, senior-safe lemon combinations. One for gentle digestion and immunity, lemon plus raw honey, and another for inflammation and vitality, lemon plus turmeric plus black pepper. But there's one more powerful partner waiting in the wings, and it's something that supports both your heart and your bones. Coming up next, we'll talk about a mineral-rich companion to lemon that's especially important after 60. That's right, TOOO. When you bring together lemon, turmeric, and a touch of black pepper, you're not just mixing up a trendy wellness shot. You're giving your body a science-backed tool to reduce inflammation deep at the cellular level. And for those of us over 60, that's a big deal. Why? Because chronic low-level inflammation isn't just about stiff joints or feeling tired. It's one of the silent drivers behind many age-related conditions like arthritis, cardiovascular disease, and even memory decline. Tackling it from the inside out is one of the most proactive things we can do for our long-term health. And let's not forget the role of the liver. As we age, our liver doesn't just work overtime, it works under pressure. From medications to preservatives in food to stress hormones we produce in response to everyday life, our liver is the body's natural filter. Lemon and turmeric, when paired, help support that system by stimulating bile production. Bile breaks down fats, removes waste, and gives your digestive system a solid boost. I've personally seen how transformative this can be. Take my Aunt Kathy. She's 67 and has struggled with joint stiffness for years, especially in her fingers and knees. A few months back, she started her day with a simple homemade detox drink: warm water, fresh squeezed lemon, about teaspoon of turmeric, the tiniest pinch of black pepper, and sometimes a sprinkle of cinnamon. That's it. Within just a few weeks, she noticed her hands weren't as stiff in the morning. She could move around more easily. She even had more energy in the afternoons, without needing that second cup of coffee. Now, it's just part of her morning rhythm. Right after brushing her teeth, she heads to the kitchen for her golden cup, as she calls it. If you'd like to try it, here's how. Squeeze half a lemon into a mug. Add teaspoon of turmeric powder and a small pinch of black pepper. Pour in warm, not boiling water. Stir well, and sip slowly. If the turmeric flavor is strong for you, start with less and build up over time. And always mix well. Turmeric tends to settle at the bottom. Think of it as a warm, golden boost for your day. A little zing, a little spice, and a whole lot of healing. Speaking of warmth and healing, there's one last ingredient I want to share with you. It's humble, familiar, and incredibly effective, especially when paired with lemon. Let's talk about ginger. Ginger is one of nature's most trusted remedies. It's been used for centuries to improve circulation, aid digestion, and reduce pain. But when you combine it with lemon and warm water, its benefits multiply, particularly for those over 60 who may be dealing with cold hands and feet, joint stiffness, or a sluggish digestive system. What makes ginger so powerful? It's rich in compounds called gingerols and shogal's, natural substances with anti-inflammatory and warming properties. These compounds help improve blood flow, ease joint discomfort, and support the digestive process. Lemon, on the other hand, brings a refreshing dose of vitamin C, supports the immune system, and gently stimulates metabolism. Together, they create a warming, nourishing tonic that feels like a hug from the inside out. This pairing is especially helpful for older adults who often feel cold even when the room seems warm to everyone else. As we get older, our blood vessels become less flexible. Circulation slows down. That's why you may notice chilly hands and feet, even on a mild day. A warm ginger lemon drink can gently dilate the blood vessels, increase circulation, and help warm up your body naturally. But the benefits don't stop there. Ginger also supports healthy digestion. It stimulates saliva, encourages the production of stomach enzymes, and helps food move more smoothly through the digestive tract. Lemon, as we mentioned earlier, supports bile production. Together, they help reduce bloating, gas, and that uncomfortable heavy feeling many people experience after meals. And there's research to support this. A study published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology found that ginger significantly improved gastric emptying, which means it helped food move through the stomach more efficiently, reducing discomfort and enhancing nutrient absorption. Another study in evidence-based complementary and alternative medicine showed that regular ginger use reduced joint pain and stiffness in adults with arthritis. So how can you try it yourself? Start with a piece of fresh ginger about ½ inch. Peel and slice it thinly. Place the slices in a mug with the juice of half a lemon. Pour warm water over the top and let it steep for 5 to 10 minutes. The result? A cozy, invigorating drink that wakes up your circulation, soothes digestion, and supports your immune system. Want a touch of sweetness? Add a teaspoon of raw honey, and you've got a trifecta of healing ingredients: lemon, ginger, and honey, all working together in harmony. Now let's take a moment to zoom out. Over the last few minutes, we've explored the hidden risks of combining lemon with the wrong foods like dairy, refined sugar, and oxalate-rich ingredients like beets and spinach. We've looked at how these combinations, though seemingly harmless, can quietly undermine your health, especially after 60. But we've also explored the bright side. We've seen how lemon, when paired intentionally, can be an incredible ally. Whether it's with raw honey to boost digestion and immunity, turmeric and black pepper to reduce inflammation and support liver function, or fresh ginger to warm your body and soothe your gut, each of these combinations is gentle, nourishing, and deeply supportive of the aging body. So what does this all mean? It means that lemon isn't just a sour little fruit you toss into your water glass. It's a tool, a strategy, a natural way to support your health if you use it wisely. At this stage of life, it's not about avoiding everything or living in fear. It's about being mindful, listening to your body, learning which foods support you and which ones may be working against you, and making small, loving choices every day that add up to a vibrant, energized life. You deserve to feel good, not just some days but most days. And with a few smart habits, that's absolutely within reach. So let me ask you, did something in today's video surprise you? Maybe you've been combining lemon with the wrong foods without realizing it. Or maybe you're excited to try one of the safe pairings we talked about. If you learned something helpful, let us know in the comments by typing a 1. If you're still curious or want to test these tips yourself, type AO. We love hearing from you and your experience helps others too. And if you haven't already, now's the perfect time to join our growing community here at Senior Health Boost. Click that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss one of our gentle, science-backed wellness tips. And if today's video gave you a warm nudge in the right direction, give it a thumbs up. That tells YouTube this content matters to people just like you. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I'm Dr. Nana, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay well, stay wise, and remember, your health is your greatest gift. Take care.